Alright, so we're getting ready to take off on our first long trip tomorrow. I gotta get the headset off of this old Scorpion helmet. Kristen got a new Shoei RF1200 for Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one taken off, and then I'll show you how to install it on the new helmet. Alright, so especially when we're dealing with this Sena SMH10, first thing you're going to need to do is remove this cheek pad on the left hand side, because that's going to be where it's going to mount. It's fairly simple to do on Shoei's. There's a couple of snaps in there. You'll feel those come unsnap. There's another one back here, and then this basically just pulls right up out of here, and actually, oh, there we go. There's one more back there, and then you can just slide this entire cheek pad off. Alright, I'm going to use the old mounting method that we used on the last one with the Allen head screws. Basically, you're just going to squeeze this down in here, and then what we want to do is test fit this. Now, that's not a good spot for it, so I'm going to move it on back. You get the microphone set up where you want it set up. I like to have it basically right in the middle of the helmet there. I don't want anything overexposed. Now I see where this is. I make sure there's nothing that's going to cause any problems with the visor. I'm going to go ahead and push this into position, and then we're going to twist these two screws down to make sure this is locked on here good and tight, and then we'll get to the speakers next. Now, while this should be self-explanatory, just one more thing. The one with the speaker with the short wire is going to go for your left ear. The speaker with the long wire is going to go to your right ear. There's no way to stretch this one over to the other side of the helmet. Now, basically what you're going to do is you can start out on the left-hand side here. A lot of helmets now are built in with an area to put this, so you're just going to have to play around a little bit. This has a little bit of Velcro on the back. You're going to place it into position. Once you get into position, once you get the cheek pad back in and try it on, and then turn the speakers on, you'll be able to tell if it's in the right place. If it's not, you can move it around a little bit so it suits you. Now, what I like to do, you can remove the liner and the cheek pad over here if you want to do the right hand side. What I like to do is just feed it underneath of the liner. Be careful not to pull on it too much, but you do have some slots under there. And then just feed it over to the other side of the helmet. Now, do be sure to pull some of the extra slack out of there, because you don't want to have a bunch of extra slack in the wire, because if you do, you're just going to have to get rid of it later anyway. And then pretty much same thing, you're going to pick out, you're just going to kind of eyeball it, pick out a spot over here. Alright, sorry the camera just cut off there. You should maybe be able to see the speaker right back there. Anyway, that goes in place. Now the next thing we want to do is, I did not get these two wires in there quite as well as I wanted to. We're going to put this cheek pad back in. You can see on the back there, you've got those three snaps, and then you also have these couple little tabs that are going to go down in here. I'm going to get that put back on, and I'll be right back. Okay, one last thing you need to know about when you're putting these on. You can see where this is getting ready to go back in. That's going to pinch down in there. I do not want it to pinch those wires, so I'm going to take a little pair of scissors. I'm going to notch this. I'm going to cut it in there. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, now if you look right here, you can see where this has been cut now. And what you can do is just feed the wires right up in there. And now you're going to pop this back down into place, but that'll keep these wires from getting pinched. And there you pretty much have it. You can see where we've got this pulled down. It's right about there in the middle where I want it to be. It's not very difficult to install one of these. It was pretty much real time. Hope you guys enjoyed that install video. If you got any questions, just comment below. Be more than happy to try to answer them for you. Thanks. Talk to y'all soon.